Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. This is Aviation 04 and today we're going to be doing a review of the Gemini Jet's American Eagle CRJ-900. So we're going to dive right into it. So starting off at the front, you have your nose cone, you have your cockpit windows and your nose gear, and then you have your L1 door. Moving back, you have the American Eagle titles, all of the windows. You then have your overwing exits, your wings, and your winglets. I'll touch on the winglets a bit after. Gemini Jets actually messed them up, and I will get into that in a little bit. And then moving back, you have your registration, which is November 584, November. You have your General Electric CF34 engines, and you have your vertical stabilizer with the American flag, and then you have your horizontal stabilizers. Moving to the backside, you have your APU, and then also one of the things, and I'll show you on the bottom side too, one of the things is the landing gear, how close they are to each other. I've seen people fix it. However, I don't like fixing the gear because I like to keep it the original model. So in terms of like looks, it looks fine from the side view, but certainly if you were to do a landing shot or a rotating shot or something like that, you would certainly notice it. And then taking a look at the box, you have your CGI, you have Bombardier CRJ-900, which is now technically Mitsubishi CRJ-500. You have American Airlines, you have 1/400 scale die-cast model. Looking on the other side, you have CGI again, Bombardier CRJ-900. The back, you get all the promotions as per usual. Side, same thing. Bottom, you know the drill. It's a standard Gemini Jets box. And then, of course, you have the model, and there's some information if you would like to pause and read. But yeah, certainly a standard Gemini box. I don't think they're ever gonna go away from them, although it would be nice. And occasionally you do see them, for example, with the Southwest. With the Southwest box, the box is white because the model is typically blue. It's that dark blue, lighter shade than the Gemini color, but they don't wanna, they want it to pop more. But one thing I noticed actually just from inspecting it was there's a little misprint right there. So that's something to note, right? It's a little tough to see, but it's right there. The L1 door got continued up into the box, so something a little interesting. But yeah, certainly a standard Gemini Jets box. Now on to rating the model. These ratings are going to be very similar to that of the Delta Connection CRJ-900 because they are a very similar mold, and the printing and whatnot, that was all very consistent without it, as Gemini does. They do have some pretty good standards for printing and whatnot, and for this model, it is no exception. However, I do have to touch on this a bit. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10, and it would have been a 10 out of 10 had they not made a crucial mistake. So the inside of the winglets are actually a chrome color. They forgot to paint them, and this wasn't just on my model. This was on all the models that they did. So that's quite a big issue. That it's a small detail, yes, but when you are paying $40 plus, actually for me I ended up paying $50 for this because I got this more recently than originally when it came out. I got it on a restock, and I was very fortunate to be able to get that. So for paying $40 to $50, and probably more now due to the rareness of it, you expect nothing less than perfection. However, I will cut them some slack. They did a really good job on this for the most part. So yes, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Now for the printing blunder, they more than make up with that for the color. I don't expect anything more. This is a 10 out of 10 perfect color, and I could not change it if I had to. So for the mold, there are two major issues that are certainly noticeable. The first one being the main gear. It's just way too close to each other, and again, people have fixed it and they've done a really good job of it. I just don't have the confidence in myself to do it, and if I were to mess it up, I wouldn't be able to live it down because it is such an expensive model and a rare one now, so I don't want to touch with it and finick with it. The other issue is the horizontal stabilizers. Those are sloped up when they really should be sloped down. Again, people have fixed it and have done a really good job of it. However, once again, as I just mentioned, I don't have the patience to really do it. So I've decided to give this a 7 out of 10. That's 1 point up from the Delta Connection one because I'm only basing this on my model and not anyone else's. Mine actually didn't come out too horrible. Like the horizontal stabilizers it's kind of hard to notice, and the gear is not as bad as I've seen it on some other ones. So I've actually decided to give this a 7 out of 10. The Delta Connection one I gave a 6 out of 10 because on my models in particular, the gear was closer than what it is on this American one, but honestly, not a horrible job, but could be improved upon, and I certainly hope they can improve it in the future. So with that, the Gemini Jet's American Eagle CRJ-900 deserves a 26 out of 30, or an 87%, which converts to a B in the letter grade. I think this is a very fair grade. It's borderline 90, and it's if they can fix that mold, that's really the one thing that's holding them back. That's been the one thing that's really held Gemini Jets back for the longest time, is their molds. Printing is great, color is great, you just got to work on the mold, and that's a pretty big part. And they have made some improvements. I have noticed on the Scandinavian CRJ-900, it looked a lot better than some of the other ones that they've produced in the past. However, I'm so fortunate to be able to have this model. I love adding new models to the collection, and I'm so excited to finally add it at an airport like Syracuse and Long Beach, where I've desperately needed them. So I'm hoping to get some more regional jets in the future too, specifically American and Delta Connection and American Eagle, and hopefully maybe a United Express CRJ-550 at some point, or the CRJ-700 when they release that in the new livery, as that's quite common at Syracuse. So that's gonna do it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. We are on the road to 400 subscribers. I think at the time of recording we were at 384. So if we could get up to 400 before, we'll say the end of July, I guess that's not too ambitious, but if we can get there by the end of July, that would be wonderful, and I would so highly appreciate it. And I will continue to pump out content, and I'll continue to put my soul and my heart into it. So I really appreciate each and every one of you who stops by and takes the time to watch this. It truly means the world to me. And to wrap up with the model, certainly if you can find it, highly recommend you pick it up. That's certainly rare now, but if you can find it at a good deal, it's a really good pickup to have and really good model to add to your fleet. But thank you for watching. Have a great day, and goodbye.